Hey, it's Reelika. Hi, coaches. So excited to talk to you today about how can you stand out in this online space and really bring your business to the next level. So I want to walk you through four major steps, major elements in your business that you have to have in place in order to grow your business to the next level. So number one thing is you probably have heard that you have to narrow down your niche, right? So you have to be known for one particular market, one particular area that you're helping your dream clients, right? So one thing, okay? And this is your niche, okay? Niche market. So, and I want to tell you that just a couple days ago, I was approached by someone in social media who was offering her services. And the way that she approached was that I am specializing on nutrition, social media planning, and business coaching. So, and let's book a free call, right? So is that really one thing? Not really, right? This is very broad, very general. So what happens if you approach this way? What happens if you are not one thing, if you don't have narrowed down market? Is that you actually end up talking to nobody, right? So if you're trying to be everything for everyone, you actually end up being nothing for no one, right? So but if you find your one thing that you are excellent at, that you have expertise, that you have the fire inside of you, that will make you stand out. So for example, in this particular example, do I really think that this person can help me with my nutrition, social media planning, and business coaching? She's probably not focused on just one thing, right? She's all over the place, and I don't feel like she's an expert in that case. If she had approached me, for example, that, hey, I can help you with your nutrition. So, hey, that's way different, right? So that I totally feel like, okay, she's an expert in nutrition. Yes, let's talk. I want to know more. So you see how important this really is. So in your one thing, the thing that you know that, okay, this is my niche market. So if you're not sure what that is, I want you to analyze your professional experience. Maybe you have been working on certain area in a corporate world, or maybe you had a personal experience with something. And where is your passion? Maybe you have already studied and researched in certain areas a lot because you're super passionate about that. So you gotta find this one thing that's really important for you, right? So that lights the fire inside of you, okay? So your particular niche. So if you find that, and if you build your content around that, and it goes easy because it's really a flow, because if you're fired up by that topic, okay? So that is number one. Another thing you need to do, you have to be different, okay? So let's just write different here. Okay, so you have to be different on the market. Now, a lot of people struggle with that. Okay, how can I stand out? How can I be different on the market? So especially when there are so many other coaches out there, which is true, but let's take a step back. What is the one thing that makes you unique specifically? And that is you. Because there might be tons of other business coaches, mindset coaches, transformational coaches, wellness coaches, career coaches, leadership coaches, but nobody else is you. So you are you because you are different, right? No one else has your story. So your story makes you unique. Your breakthroughs makes you unique. Your experience makes you unique, okay? So this, what makes you different, is this is how you can position yourself. If you are yourself, a lot of times people think that they try to be somebody else, but the easiest thing is actually to be yourself. So if you're someone who likes to, let's say, be with a messy bun all the time and throw the jokes, be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to please other people around you. Be yourself, because that will make you memorable, okay? Your story, your personality, your experiences, this will make you different. This will position you on the market in your unique way, because nobody else has your experiences, your personality, and the way that you show up as well, okay? Another thing is that if you have built your signature system, your framework, basically your signature offer, that will make you unique too. Now, a lot of times coaches come out of the coaching schools and they learn that I should create a 90-day program. What if your one thing requires that you actually support your clients maybe 100 days or 6 weeks? So don't go based on a cookie cutter things that you see everyone else doing out there, because then you're not different, okay? You gotta have your own framework, your own system. So that's how you know that, okay, I think that based on my experience, based on my expertise, I know that my clients need that much time, and these are the steps that I will walk them through, okay? So that will make you unique, your system, like who you help with what, and what are the outcomes that you're helping them with, right? So that system will make you also different and unique on the market, okay? So number 3 is credibility, okay? Credibility, okay? Now, most important about that is consistency, okay? A lot of people think that this is just your diplomas or something like that. Nobody really cares about that as much as when you are consistent in your with your message and actually show up, okay? Because if you're not consistent, you can be the best coach ever, but nobody knows about you. Okay, so consistency is the key. You have to show up. You have to show up to serve your community. And this is an ongoing thing. This is not just something that I will be consistent 30 days and then I will simply give up. Okay, this is something that we have to be doing ongoing all the time in our businesses. Doors have to be open every single time, right? Every single day. So people know that yes, you're there. Yes, you show up. Okay, now, another thing that when it comes to credibility is know what you stand for and know what you stand against for. So if you're expert in this one thing in your particular niche, then you know what you stand for and what you stand against for, okay? So for example, if you're a leadership coach, right? So, and if you focused on particularly maybe like teaching leaders or managers how to become better leaders, then you probably have your opinion, what works on a market and what doesn't work on a market, right? So have your own opinion and know what you stand for and what you stand against for, okay? So that is very, very important thing, right? Teaching and educating your community. So when you're showing up, right, when you share your story, you also need to teach them something too, right? So you would need to do some training, you would need to educate the people, you would need to show them that yes, you know what you're actually talking about. Because if you can give them small wins and breakthroughs and really aha moments with your trainings, they will come back to listen more. They want more from you, okay? So you have to show up consistently to do webinars, Facebook Live trainings, interview series. There's so many different ways. Even written posts when you're actually sharing some actionable tips how to get specific results. Okay, so very, very important to teach them and to educate your people, okay? And give out your best stuff. Don't just put out there some fluff, but really give out your best stuff that people really see that, wow, I love what she says. I love the way that she's, you know, like explaining the things. So really put out your best stuff out there. Now, all kind of podcast interviews, getting featured in magazines and things like that, build up your credibility. So when I started my business, I said yes to every single opportunity, basically. So if somebody was asking me, do you want to do this? Yes, I would. So like I never turned anything down. Now I'm a little bit more selective, but as long as it was aligned with my values, I always said yes. And that can help you to build up your credibility. So, because if you kind of shut the doors and if you're not even seeking those opportunities, so you have to also see that, oh my goodness, there's so many ways to get into podcast interviews. There's so many ways to write a guest blog post. There's so many ways to do interview series, right? Social media is out there, so it's just like the sky is the limit, how you can build up your credibility. Because ideally what you want is that if people are Googling your name or going to YouTube or Facebook, that something beside, you know, your regular post also would come up. Okay, and again, this is an ongoing process. So it's not just something that you would do once and then you forget about that, right? So you can interview people, okay, so that will showcase your expertise as well, okay? And just really, it's easy to partner with other people, seek for those opportunities, take the leadership, take the ownership of that, and just really show up to show that, yes, I am the leader in my industry. Even if you're just getting started, it's not about the way that, okay, I need to have like millions of followers. It's about making an impact in a way that you have your opinion, you are consistent, and you know what you're talking about, this one particular thing, okay? Number 4 is very important too, which is community, okay? Community, okay? So community, so you have to have a place where you actually cultivate a community. So you have to grow your audience, because if nobody knows who you are or what you do, you can be the best coach on earth, but it's not much use of that. So again, building on community is an ongoing thing. So you have to earn their attention, okay? And how you can do that is by sharing valuable content. A lot of good stuff. Put out the really valuable content out there. Share your story, share your experience, share your expertise. Tell them what's working, tell them what's not working, right? Have your opinion and be consistent in that, right? Educate your community, but also focus on growing and nurturing this community too. It's not necessarily about having now thousands of followers, okay? It's more about the engagement. Take the time to engage with people, okay? Take the time to build meaningful relationships, because relationships are something that if you take the time to get back to people, to follow up with people, to check in with them, that will pay off a long time, okay? You want to show that you truly care about people. If somebody responds to my Facebook Live or my, let's say my post or something, and leaves me a comment, I take my time to get back to you too. So if you took your time to leave me a message, to leave me a comment, or to share this, I take my time too to get back to you about that. So that's what I want for you too. So build a community that people really are looking forward to hearing from you, that they would be your loyal fans, your loyal followers, okay, who are craving more, who see that, yes, like every time you come out with your content, with your trainings, with your Facebook Live, with your Facebook post, then you know what you're talking about, that you're educating them, you're giving them something real value, and they want to learn more from you, okay? So this is something that it's not gonna happen overnight. This has to be earned, so you have to be consistent. You have to show the real value out there too, okay? So these things, okay, so be one thing for, you know, to the market. Find your particular niche that you can stand out. You can speak to one particular person, not just like to everyone, trying to serve everybody. And be different. Know what your framework is, what your system is, what's your story, and how you can really position your yourself on a market the way that you are, okay? Don't try to be somebody else that you're not. Credibility, okay? And be consistent, share the value, okay? Think outside of the box. How can you better serve? How can you better build a community? Okay, so if you do these are ongoing things, you can build up a very successful business online. If you have questions or if that was valuable for you, let me know in the comments and I will come back to you soon.